ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace.
Okay, Coach, so the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to put a screen soon.
Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. To the left side, it's complete. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Let's go.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Mayfield now. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and this one will be brought back to the 22. Landry, the intended target. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now Jones. That's complete to Meredith. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Jones now on 1st and 10. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, 11 carries, 89 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football. He gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield, and that is incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Giants! Golden Tate with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so simple. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 17 yards out. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. He completes it to Tate. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Back to throw. Jones, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Jones operating from the gun, and this is going to be incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
180. Pistol. Regular.
Mayfield on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Going down the middle, and it's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Mayfield looks to throw. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Smooth. 98 to Mike. 3 buzz. 198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike.
From the gun, Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they're down to the 29-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. And again, it's Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the...
Now Mayfield lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. He completes it to Hunt. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
70, Indy.
Now Jones on 3rd down, and caught by Henry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. On the run, this is Hunt. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Cameron Meredith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over. It was a chip shot field goal, and when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Mayfield. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Myles Garrett, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A very good gain on 1st down, 9 yards on the dump-off. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield now. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taywan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face, and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing, Mayfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Mayfield on 4th down. Letting one go deep for the end. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5.